very, very smart people. They know about businesses. So a venture fund will be there in between, and you try to give it to the different investee companies. Next slide, please. Guys, am I making sense? Are you getting the points here? Okay. So stages of venture capital funding. I think here the seed money stage. Seed money stage, I think, is taken care of by angel investors. 99 out of 100 times, seed money funding will not be given by venture capital or venture capitalists. Who will give the seed money? Angel investors. Most of the times. Sometimes these people will give the money. It's called a seed money. Low level financing for proving a new idea usually. Then startup, first stage, expansion stage and bridge stage. So startup means what? Started operating. It is not just a narrative anymore. It is a running idea wherein they have come up with good content here and they are starting the business. So for me, a startup investment which I have put in is in VR Films. It is a OTT platform. Another nanocap business where I have put my money is in Godavari Drugs. These are SME stocks. Okay, SME stocks are again similar to venture capital, but they have done their IPO, initial public offering, by offering their shares to the public. Okay, the difference between a nanocap listed company and a venture capital finance is very, very thin. They make their shares available to the public, SME stocks, SME listed stocks. Whereas a venture capital fund, they keep it private. They don't give away the stakes to everybody. They give away the stakes to venture capitalists. Startup businesses giving funds to venture capitalists. First stage, expansion stage and bridge stage. Startup, new firms needing funds for expenses related to marketing and product development. Here, marketing, product development is the essence here in this context. Giving fund by the venture capitalist to this stage, you call it as startup. First stage is funds for actual product manufacturing and sales, as well as increased marketing. Here, it is into a further stage wherein the capital is needed for some very serious activities so that they can expand and diversify their businesses. Likewise, expansion stage, it is into exponential growth. Exponential growth means margin expansion will be there. Market size is snatched away by this business. Business is into very, very high alpha generating stage. Such are called as expansion stage. And bridge stage, funds used to support activities like mergers, acquisitions and IPOs. Usually BRLMs, what is BRLM? Book running lead managers. Book running lead managers are somebody who are acting like a promoter kind of people. These are banks which sponsor, which promote the businesses to take money from the public. Likewise, these are the types of funding that are there in VC funding. Seed money, very less. First, second, third, expansion, bridge stage, the size of funding will be big and the seriousness will also be very huge as you go down the line. Okay, next slide. Who are VCs? Investors who provide capital to businesses and startups which are having very high good growth potential in exchange of equity stake. There is not much difference here. Angel investing, venture capital, difference in it. Similar kind of definitions, right? Similar kind of meaning. The only difference is in where you are funding your money. Funding is in seed capital, you get into angel investing. If you are an individual, angel investor. If it is a pool of money, you call it as venture capitalists. Okay. So VCs are usually formed as limited partnerships wherein good number of people will be there. They fund and partners invest in VC fund. VC committee undertake the investment decisions once promising and emerging growth businesses are identified. So here VC committee antarbarte. What is a committee here? You take any board of directors and curricular in any business. There will be panel of members who act in different positions and take a decision on whether to go ahead or to reject a particular investment proposal. In a VC committee, VC board of directors ಅಂತ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, VC chairman ಅಂತ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. So these people what they do? They try to take decision. What kind of decision? Whether to go ahead with the project or reject the project. Okay, these are the calls that they people take. And VC pooled investor capital is deployed in investee businesses for sizable stake of equity. So VC pooled investor capital ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ರಿ?